Thought I'd do a little tractor review on the BRANSON 2515R. So far, I'm loving this tractor. I've got about 60 hours on it. A couple things I love. Nothing seems to really stop it. Four-wheel drive works great. I have a very hilly property. With the four-wheel drive, its weight and its sharp turning radius, it works really good on this property. I didn't need a bigger tractor. I wasn't going to do a lot of plowing, but I did know I was going to do a lot of grade work and a lot of digging, but not so much digging where I needed a backhoe. So here's a bucket full of fresh, pretty moist dirt that barely even, there's no play in this thing. It's solid. I'm really impressed. For the money you pay on these things, gosh, I mean, it really is a good tractor. All the steel's real thick. Paint's real nice. Steel hood. Mechanical fuel injection, or I guess it's indirect injected diesel. I don't think it's direct injected. Everything back here is built real nice and sturdy. Super easy to do the 50-hour maintenance, or 50-hour service, I should say. Controls are real nice. About the only thing I have to complain about, the hydraulics are a bit slow, but it works for me. I don't need to go fast. Somebody who's doing a lot of work in a short time might want to think about maybe upgrading the hydraulics a little bit if you can. Make them move a little bit faster. But for what I'm doing, they're just fine. Now, the 25 horse, it's not going to win any races. And yeah, it's a little underpowered. But again, if you're just using the tractor for what I'm doing, mostly just a little grade work, moving dirt. I've been pulling a lot of trees out of the woods. You may have seen the strap on the back of the tractor on the box blade. We've been clearing out a lot of trees that have been overgrown, and I can hook that strap up to the tractor and pull a great deal of trees. The 1212 Shuttle Shift works great. You got to kind of get a feel for when you can put it in neutral, forward or reverse. Up here, if the tractor's moving one direction or another, come to a complete stop before you switch your transmission from forward to reverse. You can kind of grind a gear if you're not careful. You're not speed shifting this thing, okay? You're not race car driving. That's tractor. The hood. This one thing that I think is kind of silly. I've done this a couple times now. This guard on the front. I've dropped it down to get the hood up, and then put the hood down and forgot I had the guard down, and it just, it hits everything, which I haven't broken it yet, but might be able to see on there, maybe not, where I've left it down and this came down and pushed it, close to the ground. Kind of thinking maybe this could have a little improvement, but it's not a deal breaker at all. This is a little see, I mean, why can't you just open the hood without having to, you know, take this thing down? I don't know. I mean, it's almost, you can almost do it. I mean, there, I just pushed that thing forward just a little bit. You'd think that that would be the natural position right there. I don't know. Maybe a little redesign on that would be nice. So far, 0 leaks. Oh, and anybody wondering, WIX makes a oil filter 51626 that specs exactly like the factory oil filter. So if you want to do an oil change, your own oil changes, you don't have to get the factory or the dealership oil filters. Use this WIX filter 51626. I haven't found a replacement for the hydraulic filter. You got to use that one, and you should support your local dealer. Because if you got to do any kind of warranty work, you don't want to have a bad reputation with them guys. It's a cheapskate. There is one thing on here that doesn't work from day one. It's the backup lights. There's bulbs in there, but they sure as heck never have worked. Lights switch on or off. I don't know. I haven't even talked to the dealership about that. Everything else works great. So just real honest review. The instrument panel lights up real nice when it gets dark. It's real easy to see. The headlights are great. High beam, low beam work good. If you're going to do a lot of night work though, I'd put some auxiliary lamps on it somewhere. Because you know the headlights, you know, hit the loader bucket, and most of the time you can't really see where you're going. So maybe putting some lights up here, kind of on your ROPS bar, would be a good idea. A lot of people are concerned with the gas or the fuel tank being down here. I've been down in the woods a lot, and I've run over lots of logs and had, you know, this thing straddling. You know, this bar here really does a pretty good job of kind of like a frame slider on a rock crawler. This kind of acts like that, kind of keeps the bottom of the tank pretty well protected. Somebody doing aftermarket parts, you know, it'd be really super easy using these brackets here to maybe come up with a bash plate. I might do that. I really love having the gas tank or the fuel tank down here. So easy to fuel this thing up. Let's take a look at the injection pump. Once this thing's out of warranty, I've heard that this is the same motor as the 30 horse. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe somebody can tell me. This plate right here looks pretty similar to the plate on a old Ford 7.3 IDI injection pump. I'm kind of wondering if maybe there's a fuel screw that you can access right there to turn this sucker up a little bit. But I ain't touching that plate until I'm well out of warranty. But I might finagle it a little bit, because it is pretty underpowered. If I can get just a few more foot-pounds of torque, it would be nice. But anybody who's, you know, considering the 25 versus the 30 versus the 40, or was it 45 and 35? I can't remember now, but you know, if you're not doing, if you're just like me and you're not really farming, and you're just kind of, you got a smaller property. We got 30 acres. It's mostly holler, about 5 acres kind of that we actually maintain. This 25 horse is plenty of tractor for what we're doing around here. There you go. Real good look at it. I like the seat. Easy to adjust the spring in here, and this little guy, this little red thing, indicates how stiff or how soft the seat is set to. PTO is real nice to switch on and off here. I wish there was a lock, position lock, on the 3-point hitch. I know you can buy some like little slider deals that can fit in here. I'll have to come up with something, because it's super sensitive. I mean, you move this thing just like that, and that thing will drop down 3 inches. Seems a bit, maybe I'm just not used to it, but seems like, I mean, there's very little input on your 3-point hydraulic lever, and that thing starts moving pretty quick. And there you have it. Your Branson 2515R. If you get one, you won't be disappointed. I'm sure you'll love it as much as I love mine.